Hello and welcome back to Arcanum. Alright, so when we last went off, we had to pick up the Stillwater Giant. Isn't he adorable? Miss, nice to see you again. I've captured the giant, sir. Yes, I see. Excellent. Now we need an authentication. Authentication? I thought you said this was it. This is it. We simply need the authentication of the scientific establishment in Tehran to legitimize it. We couldn't even hope to publish our findings without their backing. Bring it to Dr. Tristan Fenwick of the Tehran Zoological Society. He is a genius. I am sure he will help us. I don't care about publishing. I want to see this thing transform. Are you insane? The thing would tear us both limb from limb as soon as we were to release it. Bring it to Dr. Fenwick. He will find a suitable habitat where we can watch its transformation from a safe distance. Alright, I'm off to see Dr. Fenwick then. Well, back to Toronto, I guess. Let's see, is there anything else here in Stillwater I can do relatively quickly? Yes. Hello, what news do you have, you friend? Greetings, good halfling. Ask your name. I'm Gildor Notwalk. Who are you? My name is Alyssa Relthus. Well, what is it, Alyssa? Do you have any work for me? Work, eh? Well, I don't think if you're up to the task I would have you do. It's no simple task. It requires great stealth to complete. You don't have the look of a thief with you. Well, perhaps I'm more stealthy than I appear. I'm going to tell you a story. The tale will be a great insight into the task you're going to attempt, so please be patient and listening. Alright, I'm listening. The group I was pressed into service was by a group of travelers. They were rowdy, barbarous lots seeking to gain great wealth and reputation while adventuring throughout the land. I found my place among them, for at times stealth was called for, and this was my greatest ability. Were they 12 dwarves and a wizard? As time progressed, I proved to them that I was no mere impressed servant, and became a valuable member of the group. We adventured together for several years, following old tales and discovering lost treasures. It was a rich and wild time. Yeah, please continue. One fateful day, we were lazing about, recovering from our last adventure. We had just cleared out a cavern full of lizard men that had been terrorizing the local community. Deep in the back of the cave, we discovered an unmarked chest, sealed tight. When we collected our fee from the local magistrate, we conveniently failed to mention this chest. It took Nightfire, a half-breed elven member of the troop, nearly 2 days to spring the lock and open the chest. Since Nightfire was an expert with the lock, there was much anticipation and speculation done over the supposed contents of the box. Go on. Inside the chest, we were disappointed to find only a few coins, several interesting baubles, and a book. As I was the only literate member, I was given the book to review. Here, I still have the book. Why don't you read it for yourself? Tell me what you have finished, and I will continue. I will. Thank you. So, let's check out this one. One of my sons, Kellen, has wandered off into the woods to play. I set out to find him. He had been gone most of the day. He was often to wander, but not normally for this length of time. Tracked him into the woods, farther than I or any I know had ever ventured before. As I moved deeper into the unknown, I came to an area where my hairs on the back of my neck began to stand on end. The air seemed to cool, and the sound of the forest ceased to exist. Yet Kellen's tracks continued. I pressed onward, calling out to him. And then I saw it, a clearing, silent and haunted. Scattered throughout the clearing were several large stones, positioned as if to have meaning. I believe they had arcane writings carved upon them, but could not discern from my distance. In the center of these stones stood an altar, and upon that altar was the largest ruby I had ever beheld. It was several moments before I could take my eyes from it. So memorizing was the jewel. It was then that I noticed Kellen, not far off to the side. As I watched, he began to run towards the altar, it appeared he was intent on gaining the ruby. I shouted for him to wait, but he paid no heed. before I could stop him, Callan passed by the first marked stone. As he did, a most unnatural beast burst forth from the ground. He cried out in terror and turned to flee, but the horror was upon him. The beast killed him before he had even taken a step back towards me, the look of absolute terror frozen on his face. I stood powerless, frozen in fear in the apparition and macabre scene before me. Oh, horror! I dared not move towards the beast. Instead, I ran from that most accursed place as fast as my feet would carry me. I was forced to leave my precious Callan where he lay, for I never found the courage to return. I warned the surrounding farmers of the horror of the woods. All children were forbidden from venturing far from home from that day forward. I can only pray that the beasts are tied to that wicked place and will never be loosed upon us. It's been years since that dreadful day, and many have forgotten what happened that day in the woods, yet I still mourn the loss of my beloved Callan, and never been able to remove the vision of that hideous creature from my mind. To this day it haunts my sleep. I am old and soon shall die. I leave this record as a warning to anyone who might venture deep into the woods. Beware, let no other soul be consumed by the beasts of the jewel. Tenon Watbringer. And please see you again. I finished the book. Fascinating. Please continue. Yes, where was I? Oh yes, I just finished reading the book. We quickly reviewed the map drawn inside to determine our distance from the ruby. It was several days from our encampment. Fools that we were, we pulled out at daybreak in search of the gem. Yes. As we neared the locale, it was as the book described. The hairs on our neck raised and the forest sounds ceased. You could feel apprehension in the air. We came upon the clearing and the ruby. It was amazing. Never have I beheld a more beautiful thing. We were all mesmerized, dreaming of the pleasure we could enjoy in the possession of such treasure. Two of our group suddenly ran forward to grab the jewel, and all others save me followed, for I never joined battle, my strength lying not in combat. Wait, I hollered. Remember the beast! But it was too late. As the two men passed the first stone, a hideous creature emerged from the depths. My comrades drew their weapons, but they were clearly outmatched. Oh my. The horror! I stood there. Fighting moved about the beast. More beasts materialized to join the fray. I counted 7 beasts that troubled day, 1 for each of the strange stones that filled the clearing. The death cries of my comrades were quickly silenced, and rather than turning on me as I feared they would, the creatures disappeared back in the depths as the last body fell. How horrifying! Cautiously I approached these stones, yet dared not pass their mark. As I observed the morbid scene lay before me, I noticed that there was a warning carved upon each stone. It read, "The great ruby of Kaluru is found. Heed the warning ere you move around. He who walks without a sound shall pass the death beneath the ground." Such irony. A sickness grew in me, for I knew my comrades, had they only waited, they would still be alive, for I had the skill necessary to obtain the ruby. But in the aftermath, its terror shook from my bones. I was too shaken from what I witnessed and lacked the confidence to complete the task. What'd you do? I fled the scene of carnage. I wandered aimlessly for a time before making Stillwater my home. I have never left again. I fear my adventuring days have come to an end. Yet as the author of the book says, the jewel and the beast still haunt my sleep. So you've not retrieved the ruby. I never did. I still desire the great ruby of Kaluru, as you probably surmised. I want you to retrieve this jewel for me. If you can do this deed, I will pay you 1,500 coin, a large sum, but I believe the risk demands such a price. What say you? Will you do this task for me? Well, sure, we'll at least try. Very good. Let me see your map. I'll show you its location. I'll be going now.
What is it that you want of me?
Okay. Actually,
what is it that you want of me? What is it that you want of me?
Yep. Anything else? Revolves journal, book. That's that. I thought. Oh. That seems to change depending on who's carrying that. Well, that's cute. But yes, theoretically, if we're following the paper trail, Elder Joachim should have some notes about this place. Question. I'll be off. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm gonna pause, and I guess we're heading back to Toronto. So, see you there. Wow, managed to get here without getting attacked. I'm kind of impressed. Yeah, let's... Okay, definitely want to... Anything else? Not really, no. Go and sell these medallions. And now that I've got a beauty of 10, otherwise known as average, I guess I'm looking pretty good for a orc. 4 coins? Yeah, probably. I'm not sure about this giant. It doesn't quite feel right. Anything in here I need? You definitely need another one of those, even though it's expensive as F, but yeah. Anything you have that I might want? Not really. Bit more charcoal. Nope, nothing there. Interesting with the music. Okay, this is Town Hall. The Zoological Society. Alright. Okay, Fenwick, Hello, what can I do for you? I need to speak with you about the, Stillwater Giant. Stillwater Giant? What about it? Please tell me it's not another crackpot theory. The only crackpot theories worth their salt are mine. Don't you forget it. What in the name of the gods does that smell? It smells like bear urine. I don't know, but I've captured the giant. Oh, I just love you practical jokers. A blue rabbit. Nice paintwork, though. Dr. Hippington examined it and assures me it's the giant. Hippington? He's gone completely loon, poor sod. Convinced the giant is real. His evidence is all based on a badly reconstructed skeleton comprised of giant bones mixed in with ape and whoever knows what other kinds of odds and ends. Odes? You never thought it was too bright. Well, it can't be the hoax. I need to find the pelt of one. The only place you'd be finding something that obviously fraudulent is over at H.T. Parnham's museum. Maybe I should have slapped together a pelt of a still water giant on display. Thank you for the advice. Good day. So, yeah. Our poor giant is just a poorly painted bunny. I'm gonna call him Stilly. And it doesn't give any more updates to our current quest, which is annoying, but whatever. Yes, what can I help you with? Pray tell, who are you? I'm the H.T. Parnell, world's famous showman. What is this place? I think I've already done this, for a while before. Why can you tell me a giant Stillwater pelt? Must look like herds of blue rabbits. Terrifying, eh? Oh, that is rich. It's so rare to meet an individual of true wit. Bit of a hyperbole never hurts when selling your wares to local rubes, eh? I would like to purchase that pelt from you. What's your price? Now, hold on a minute, my good woman. The Stillwater Giant is the first of big exhibit I ever displayed. Still one of my most cherished possessions. I couldn't part for it with less than 2,000 coins. 2,000 coins? That's a ridiculously high amount, sir. That's the going price. An object this rare is practically priceless. 2,000 coins is a steal. I'll have to think on this.
Ugh, Igar, world's smartest orc. You have got questions?
I don't know. What's your area of expertise?
I know much things. Gar tell all. Politics, mathematics, tea.
Tea?
Yes, Gar like tea. Gar civilized. Gar say Earl Grey best. Made from blend of black teas and oil from the bergamot plant. Excellent, Gar say.
Surely you jest. Everyone knows green teas are superior to black.
Oh, come now, that is rubbish. Green tea is for the foreign constitution, not for consumption by those with discerning... Gar don't like green tea.
Why are you acting the idiot? You are meant to be smart.
Gar not idiot. Gar smart. Listen here, madam. Have you ever conversed with a purebred orc? You'll not be in for a scintillating conversation. Of that I can assure you.
Oh, this is terribly racist. But isn't the point of all that you are smarter than other orcs?
Of course. But people will not accept a cultured orc. The very idea is preposterous. They would begin saying I was an half-orc, or even deduce my true... what I meant to say was... It is more effective showmanship for me to appear every bit the orc and to say brilliant things.
Deduce your true what? You're not a purebred orc.
Garfield Thelonious Remington III, of pure human stock at your service. I am not orc at all. Well, one can assume that somewhere in my lineage there exists orc blood simply from looking at me. But my direct antecedents, my parents and grandparents, were fully human. Imagine their shock when I was born.
So why do you do this? It seems rather demeaning.
I am certain you are familiar with the scorn heaped upon those such as yourself, being of partial orcish blood. Imagine what it must be like for me in this life, being treated as a full-blooded orc. Though this may seem demeaning, it is better than being spit on in the streets, or being no more than a slave in a factory.
Are you owned by this museum, or are you free to leave?
I am a bit of an indentured servant of Mr. Parnell's. He paid my parents a good sum of coin to have me come work for him.
It was a bit cruel of your parents to sell you off.
Nonsense. I sold myself to Mr. Parnell over their objections. They were treated with scorn and derision because of me. My father lost his employment, reputation, and his social standing. But even then, they would do nothing but love me as their son. The coin I received from Mr. Parnell has given them a comfortable life and rescued them from the poverty I caused.
How long are you meant to be on display here?
I will most likely stay here for the remainder of my existence. I have nothing else to do with my life. It's not so bad, actually. The only dreadful aspect of this existence is the sheer boredom. You cannot imagine the idiocy of the common folk I must contend with on a daily basis.
Well, why don't you join with me? I can promise it won't be boring.
While that sounds intriguing, I am indentured to Mr. Parnell for years to come, as I have said. It would cost quite a bit of coin to free me from my obligations.
Well, if I were to secure your freedom, would you join with me?
Of course. I would find it invigorating to travel Arcanum, I believe.
Well, I'll try to negotiate on your behalf then. But that'll be for next time. When we come back, well, we gotta deal with the Stillwater Giants and Gar. Have a good one, folks.